So I went to a Reiki session for the first time a couple days ago, and I thought I'd make a video to talk about it because it was an interesting experience. I have been wanting to do Reiki or some kind of energy healing for a while because I've gone to therapy before, and I'd done it like on and off for the past few years, and I got to a point where it didn't feel like I was really doing anything anymore because I was talking about the same things over and over again, you know what I mean? And so I also thought like I just feel like I'm missing this like physical part of healing, like I've just been talking, but I haven't been doing anything with, I don't know, like music and heat and sound and light and all this other stuff. And so it was difficult though, because a lot of places that did physical kind of like in-person healing shut down during the pandemic, and I just couldn't find anyone for the longest time. But a couple of weeks ago, I found a practitioner named Courtney who seemed really interesting. She was like a licensed art therapist, and she did Reiki and a lot of other things. And this is generally what I look for in a practitioner when I'm finding someone, because I'm very creative and I like people who have all these different realms of experience and they can kind of weave it together in a very nonlinear way versus like, I don't know, if you go to a physical therapist and they kind of just know like physical therapy, they have this like very rigid, narrow set of skills and ideas, and it's hard to connect with a person like that as someone who's into art and creativity and whatever. So yeah, I finally went the other day, and it was really great actually. I feel like I just have so much trauma built up from the past, like, I don't know, 20 years, 10 years especially. And I know everyone does. And like, you kind of have this like trauma bucket. And when you're growing up, like it starts to fill up, but you don't really worry about it, because it's got plenty of space in this trauma bucket. But then as you get older, it starts to fill up. And so you start to like try to deal with it, but it's like filling up faster than you can deal with it. And then at some point it just starts to overflow. And this is what it's felt like to me the past few years, because I just have like more drama than I can deal with. I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, anyways, that was kind of the motivation behind it. And it started out with us doing sort of like a typical like therapy, just like talking about what's going on. And then we moved over to another room where she had the bed set up, and then we started off with like a guided meditation, which is actually the only part of it that I did not like. I don't like guided meditations. It's kind of like if you've ever read Harry Potter, there's this part in the fourth book where they're getting taught how to fight the Imperious Curse, which is essentially where a dark wizard like tries to control you, and they like appear in your mind and they start telling you what to do. And like the whole class was getting the Imperious Curse put on them, and they were just like doing whatever they were told. But then Harry gets the Imperious Curse put on him, and he like fights it. He's like, no, I don't want to listen to this voice. And so he ends up not like only half doing it. And that's what I feel like doing guided meditations, because I don't like being told what to do, having this person in my, like you're closing your eyes for a Reiki session. And yeah, so it feels like an invasion of privacy or something. But anyways, after that, I feel like my heart was like racing. I'm like, get me out of here. Um, but then after that, it started to be really good. She put on this song, which you may have heard. It's called Rhubarb by Aphex Twin. I'll play it for you for a second. It's a little clip. Can you hear it? It's got these like synth pad chords, and it's like really sad, very nostalgic, and yeah, it was nice. It kind of like eased me into the experience of kind of like letting go of control, and just experiencing things as opposed to being like in the room, like being in the experience instead of just like focusing on my problems and whatever. But after that, she just started doing all sorts of interesting things. Like she incorporated Reiki, which is like putting your hands on someone and like trying to transfer good energy in, bad energy out, and like multiple parts of my body, like under my head, over my head, on my chest, feet, shoulder. And yeah, it was really interesting. It was quite calming, you know. And then she just continued to do other things like burning incense around me, um, and putting these stones like on my chest just for like the weight and like different temperatures. And then she had some sort of vibrating instrument. I don't really know what it was because I was like closing my eyes. But yeah, just like putting that in various parts on the skin. Um, and yeah, just like heat in different places in the body, and doing singing bowls. Which, if you never heard of singing bowl, it's kind of like, you know how if you have crystal glass and you rub your finger around it, it makes this singing noise. Well, it's like the same thing except it's really big. You know, it's like this big. And when you have your eyes closed, it felt like I was being like beamed up in a Star Trek episode or something. There was just like this pulsing like sound and energy, like just kind of like moving through me. It was really cool. Yeah, I liked it. Um, what else? She put, I don't know exactly what they were, but she put some kind of like hollow stone or metal things on my chest and then like bonked it with a mallet. And you feel like the note resonating in your body. And that was really interesting too. And then, you know, the whole time you're just sort of like focusing on your breathing and yeah, just calming yourself down and like being in the experience. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Yeah, I think that kind of covered it. Afterwards, I don't know, I felt like I really wanted to connect with this positive energy that was being given to me, and I was having a difficult time doing it because I'm so used to living in an oppressive, dark system that is getting more oppressive by the moment. Just the way that everything is going with like the environment and wars and overwhelming technology distractions, cable television, and I've been living with my mom for like 7 years now, and just like various forms of stuck and trying to figure out how to make money and survive as a creative person in this world. And my mom is like very different from me ideologically when it comes to medical things. She's very like pro medical system. I'm very like natural healing. And so yeah, it has just been a nightmare, like trying to get out of this situation. And I'm saving up for a van now, which you probably know, depending on who you are watching this video. But yeah, I'm up to $3,000 for the down payment of $5,000. So I'm getting close. The income's coming up, and yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to do sort of like an energy healing session is just kind of like, I feel like I have to create the van before I get the van, you know, because like in order to make more money, I have to make better YouTube videos. And in order to do that, I need to not feel like I'm constantly under assault, you know. I feel like I have no more insulation left emotionally because of all the things that I've been through, like all of the abuse from the medical system, and just like just being a creative person and trying to survive and feel like you're constantly working for scraps. And yeah, I mean, when you get stressed like that, it's really hard to make things creatively that make you a lot of money. You know, like I've just been making barefoot videos and they make me some money, but the thing that really makes me money is like making the home run videos. Like my brain fog video has made like $3,000 so far, but then my other videos make like $10, $40, and it's really depressing, you know? So like, I'm just trying to build up my emotional creative force field, you know? So I don't feel like I'm just like in a boxing match getting pummeled in the corner, you know? I just want to like stand up and kind of like start swinging again. But something that I really noticed about the experience, and obviously it depends entirely on who you work with, because there are bad practitioners in the medical system and there are bad practitioners in the naturopathic realm of healing. But when you do work with someone who especially is creative and nonlinear, it just feels like they're more focused on you as a person and like seeing you and being aware and present of what's going on with you, and trying to understand you, instead of when you go to the medical system, a lot of the times it's like I said, it's just people are on this like linear track where they're just going step by step by step by step by what they're taught in the textbook or what the health insurance companies tell them that they have to do. And it feels a lot of times like you don't even exist, you know? This is why I haven't been to a doctor in 3 years. And I've done a pretty good job of managing my own health. I still have some problems that I haven't figured out. Like I have joint pain that I haven't figured out, but I've done a lot of really amazing things. Like I've completely cured my allergies. I have completely cured my asthma. I have seemingly completely cured getting sick from the flu, because I've gone almost 3 years now without getting sick once from the flu. And the last time that I was sick, I was like super dosing iodine. So I don't even know if I was sick. And if not, then I probably, yeah, it would be 4 years actually since I have been sick. So yeah, I've healed my digestion as well. And yeah, I don't know. So I really like naturopathic type remedies, and it was just nice to feel like love, you know, just like basic human love, not like romantic love, but just like someone cares about you. You're like, God, just a lot of times I feel like I'm just like scrounging for a scrap of humanity, just a scrap of human connection. And it was just nice to have someone like pay attention to you, you know, and not be like on some kind of linear track where they're not even like acknowledging your existence as a human being. So it was nice, and I'm gonna try to do it a couple times a month and see where it goes from there.